Yo, Big Kish back up in here. You are not, I repeat, you are not gonna want to click off this video. There's some footage of Big U that ain't just everywhere on the internet. Shout out to Moxie Approved, man. I'm gonna leave a link in the description, but this is a terrific edit done by Moxie Approved. There's some footage that you're not just gonna see in the video. Now, if you want to see Big U in a different light, watch this. Check this out. Y'all know I'm like holding y'all. Without further ado, let's get it.
In Los Angeles, where gang culture and hip hop intersect, one name looms large: Eugene Big U Hindley. A feared and respected street general, Big U's influence extended from the block to the music industry, dictating who could move safely and who had to pay.
But if you don't check it in, oh well.
For years, feds claim he leveraged his reputation to navigate hip-hop's elite, brokering deals, offering protection, and controlling careers.
He with everybody. Look who he with, y'all. Look who he with. He with Creflo Dollar himself. He's not playing, bro. We thought he was just limited to like certain rappers and all that. No way. This dude, hey, look, this dude got everybody in his pockets.
All under the guise of being a peacemaker. To some, he was a mentor, while others portrayed him as a predator.
He jumped on me while I was pregnant, beat me up.
Enforcing a harsh reality, checking in wasn't an option. It was a necessity. From enforcer to industry power player and the accusations that haunt him.
You telling me that it's coincidental that Big U just so happened to be sitting in that Roscoe's when PNB Rock got murdered?
The suspect.
Bro, I gotta see that footage, bro. Loose Cannon spilled all the beans. He said, yeah, me and Big U was in there. Damn.
Then shot the victim multiple times.
This is the story of power, fear, and control, not only in the streets, but hip-hop as well. Did Big U guide artists to success, or was he the very force they needed to escape?
And I don't think nobody is safe.
Known for taking fades and holding ground, particularly at a popular gang hangout, World on Wheels, the 6'5", over 200-pound martial artist was a freak of nature that loved to brag about no.
Oh, he's a martial artist. Oh, Lord. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my God. He's a martial artist? What the This is why. This is why.
Never losing a fair one.
I've been doing martial arts since I was 9 years old. I've been fighting in the streets. That's why you always heard about me smashing things at World on Wheels. No losses.
His reputation preceded him.
I mean, they say I had a loss, but I know I had a loss when I was 15 against 1. And they called the police, and I went to jail. I don't know nobody go to jail if they was the loser.
Many of you were first introduced to Big U's character and street representation unknowingly. In the movie Friday, the character DEBO was created and inspired by Big U's
I heard
hood
that before.
legacy.
I heard that one.
I was tripping, man. You want me to ask for my bike back? You know I wouldn't trip.
What? From Big U, I used him as, I told you, I pulled that from Big U. I used him as my background of how I wanted this character to be perceived. Because the whole thing about how bad this guy was.
Yes, I did inspire the DEBO character.
He said DEBO. he let you know that he's bigger than DEBO. Yeah, that's DEBO. That ain't I'm the real DEBO. That's DEBO.
When the movie was in theaters, Eugene Hindley was in the middle of serving a state sentence on robbery charges. When he was released back into the streets, he would proceed to reestablish his mark in Los Angeles in numerous ways.
Hindley, better known as Big U, founded developing options to create viable solutions for our youth who believes that the street life is the only life they can have. Please help me welcome Big U to your world.
Yeah. Developing options was his.
He tried to walk out there like, oh yeah. Okay, you want me to have a seat right here? Okay, all right. Okay.
Charity organization dedicated to the rehabilitation of gang members in a positive manner of attempting to give the youth other options than gangbanging.
Development Option was a birth child of mine, and what we want to do was reach the youth and impact gang violence. My whole sole purpose was to impact the gang violence in LA. What can I do, and how can I help to stop our kids from killing each other? So when I was in prison, I used to hear about my partners doing sports programs, and then I was trying to figure out what was lacking. So I had an idea with what the city was already trying to implement in the gang program to say that let me come home and bring the different gangs that's warring with each other together to where they have to work in the same organization.
Outside of that, he formed a record label, Unique Music, where he would manage and sign artists attempting to use his street prowess to penetrate the music industry. He would begin to make connections with out-of-town mainstream artists where he would allegedly provide protection for these artists who really couldn't remain relevant in the industry without visiting and doing business in the Los Angeles area. But that came with a price.
And we shouting out to my boy, this Big U and Corrupt on the set of Corrupt video. StreetGangs.com, you know we love you.
Some of the artists he would connect with early were Corrupt, all the way to the likes of T.I.
Hey, Corrupt ain't smiling for real. He looking like, get me away from this nigga. Get me away from.
This Big U and Corrupt on the set of Corrupt video. StreetGangs.com, you know we love you.
Some of the artists he would connect with early were Corrupt, all the way to the likes of T.I. These connections were not hard to establish because all these artists had to do is ask any gang member from the Los Angeles area. It could be said that there's no way you can be considered a relevant gang member in LA without knowing who Big U was. From there, stories will begin to trickle out online where his reputation would become known. One major moment is when Henley was jumped by Samoan security guards who ignorantly mishandled Henley, not knowing they were dealing with one of the most well-known violent gangsters to ever run the streets of LA.
Look, I'm from Warner Bros.
You say so. Don't touch him again. He's dead. All that pumping don't do nothing. Don't touch him again. Are you trigger happy too? We not bothering you. You trigger happy? Hey, TMZ, put it on.
This situation spiraled to where a standoff would occur between gang members and LAPD caught on camera. It got so out of control that they begged Big U to inform the crowd that the police were not the ones that caused injury.
Who did that to you? Who did that? They fucked you up. Your people tell us who did it. Who told you this?
This situation with the club, who employed these security guards to issue out a payment worth more than 6 figures for the situation to go away.
200-300 dudes came to Hollywood. And the dudes from every set in LA really stood up because it's from every set. There was a lot of violence against just clubs and security against clubs, and people expected 4 or 5 people to die. So we ended up shutting Hollywood down. We had to meet with the powers that be. You know, we had sat down with the owners of the Supper Club. They wrote me a check for over $200,000.
Damn. Damn. He pulling up with everybody. They said, yeah, we got to get him up off the street. We got to get him up out of here.
Known relationship he had was with one who he would use his connections with to secure a deal for. One from his own Crip card, Nipsey Hussle.
Uh-oh.
The two had a very polarizing story that would haunt him even to this day. The story would be filled with misunderstandings and gang politics where the two would have frictions over issues as small as studio equipment and family disputes. to the point where they both.
Hey, look, I'm so sick and tired of hearing about this damn studio equipment. Like, yo, he using that studio equipment on everybody, boy. Wordy bond, boy.
Famously participated in a Thunderdome, which is an in-house disagreement that would be settled with two factions squaring off in a fight that ended with allegedly Eugene getting the best of Nipsey, leading to Nipsey's brother, Black Sam, ending the confrontation by shooting in the air. Officers patrolling.
Hey, look, man, take your little funky ass studio equipment back, man. I don't even want this. Man, keep your shit, man. You about to be hanging that damn studio equipment over my head.
In the area would hear these shots and respond, leading to Black Sam getting arrested on the spot. Some would say this whole deal got out of hand after Nipsey dropped a diss song about Henley called You Don't Have a Clue.
I'm busy getting rich, you think that I'm gonna stop for you? I built this on my own and everybody know it's true. Still niggas act like they supposed to have control of what I do, but look, they don't got a clue.
Me and Nipsey had a fallout.
Oh, it's
he
you
had my
don't have a
equipment,
clue.
and I wanted to use my equipment. He got mad because I got my equipment back. So then that's when our conflict started. I ended up getting the equipment back and said I'm gonna move it right here at my shop on 43rd and Crenshaw. And then everybody can get there all the time. Nip, you can get to when you want to. So he got mad. You ain't gonna get on my way, you on my way, bro. He ain't like that.
I can't, nah, man. Nip ain't, I'm gonna tell you what Nip gonna do. Nip gonna go to somebody else's studio. Oh, bro, I can't see Nip get mad. Oh, he don't want to let me use his studio no more. No, I'm about to crash out. He's not that type of person, bro. And he said it like he was lying too. He got mad about it. Y'all believe that? Hell no, we'll believe it, man. Nip ain't get mad over that shit, man.
He's supposed to make a diss song about me. Well, I ain't no rapper. I'm a scrapper. So we end up having to come talk about that. Pull up the homies, and Nip admit it's wrong, but still there's some consequences to your wrong. I came to pick him up that morning so he can get his discipline. And his brother got in the way. Talking about my brother not going nowhere.
The beef would
so
be
he can get his
so
discipline.
the feelings between the two would never be the same. Their relationship would take a national spotlight after one gloomy day at the end of March 2019, where Nipsey will be shot to death in front of his Marathon store by a fellow neighborhood 60 called Shitty Cuz, aka Eric Holder. Though Eric Holder will be charged and convicted for the murder, even to this day, Big U will be accused of having his say in this murder, accused of giving Holder a green light. This will be marked by eerie clips of Henley's response to the killing of Nipsey, one he always referred to as someone he saw as his son.
Justice for them.
These accusations would only get stronger after a self-proclaimed enforcer of Big U, Loose Cannon, would confess to the world on the No Jumper podcast that Henley previously knew that Nipsey would be murdered a half an hour before it occurred.
So he FaceTimed me and stuff like that. He was like, Nipsey just got killed. I'm like, 6-0. I didn't hear that. So I hang up with him. I called Nipsey and I'm like, Nipsey, what's up? He was like, oh, what's up with it?
Nipsey answered.
Nipsey answered. He answered the phone. So after I talked to Nipsey and I was like, yeah, I love you, cuz, or whatever like that. I'll see you later or whatever. So I hung up the phone. I thought Big U gave wrong information. 30 minutes later, the homies blowing me up like they just killed Nipsey.
You get a call from Big U telling you Nipsey just got killed.
Yeah.
You panic, call Nip. Nip answered the phone.
Yeah.
And 30 minutes after you get out the phone with Nip, he get killed.
Yeah, I got it.
So you think he hit you a little too early?
Yep, he hit me a little bit too early.
This episode would be removed off of YouTube after being hit with a cease and desist issued from Henley himself. Although Big U would hold a peace walk in an attempt to unite LA gangs, he would not attend Nipsey's funeral or procession.
Do me one small favor before we continue. Please apply pressure to that subscribe button. Yes, apply pressure to that subscribe button.
A Crips gang.
Oh, snap. I'm not subscribed. Yo, YouTube be bugging, bro. YouTube be unsubscribing me to people, too. I've been subscribed to Moxie. YouTube be unsubbing me to people, bro. I ain't lying, bro. They do.
leader in Los Angeles is wanted on federal RICO charges.
That's wild.
On March 20th, 2025, the FBI would drop a bomb on not only Big U, but a considerable amount of fellow gang members, hitting Big U with a 107-page indictment that detailed horrific accusations of robbery, extortion, prostitution, and fraud.
Authorities say Eugene Henley Jr., known as Big U, ran a criminal enterprise that committed a series of racketeering crimes, including extortion, human trafficking, fraud.
This indictment would detail an even more grim picture of Big U's alleged relationship with a host of rappers, claiming Big U would use a method called checking in to extort out-of-town athletes and rappers for money and industry favor.
The check-in method.
Checking in is a system where individuals or a company must contact the locals or take the risk of being robbed or shot at. Many times these individuals are not paying for protection from others, but unknowingly the same locals that they were paying.
Been rumors that LA is probably one of the most dangerous places for rappers. Do you believe that's true?
Yeah, because I mean everybody be checking in. That's y'all favorite thing to do, check in with somebody that's gonna rob your stupid ass.
Right. Wow.
Damn.
Yo, you think that guy, the guy that you don't know, motherfucker, in California got your back?
Movie production in the hood. That's how we do it, you know, man.
Top flight, baby. Yeah.
GB running this here movie set in the hood.
Come on out here.
Coming out here and checking in with GB, getting these movies done. You better know it. You know what I mean? Anytime you want to do movies in the hood, just check it in. We can make sure it's done. Movies, videos. But if you don't check it in,
Oh well. Gonna check your ass out.
we gonna check you in, all right. We gonna check in all of your equipment.
Henley's aggressive method of making artists and companies check in garnered him all kinds of income and favors, even ushering himself into the movie industry where he appeared in a list of movies.
Y'all think he'd do that to like Italians and them? Like Germans and Russians and all that? Yeah, I seen what them Russians did to Alonzo.
Industry where he appeared in a list of movies such as Force of Execution with Steven Seagal.
Oh, martial arts and movie with Steven Seagal. That was the movie was Force of Execution with Steven Seagal, Danny Trejo, and Ving Rhames. And basically, you had to be karate expert to be in the movie. I had a fight scene in there. It was fun.
Inside the indictment, it would state that a rapper with the initials RR would have to cough up thousands of dollars to stave off a potential termination of a rapper with the initials MM. The assumption would be the two rappers were Rick Ross and Meek Mills. Ross at the time had Meek Mills signed to his label.
We in LA. When I go to Chicago, I respect Chicago wholeheartedly. I check in. When I go to Atlanta, I check in. When I go places, I check in. And I don't think nobody is safe. I know dudes right now from LA who are actual gang members who have been robbed for their jewelry, who real killers. You just caught slipping. You know, that's how it is. You know what I mean? And you try your best not to be slipping. And if you have the means not to, why do it?
The paperwork would also claim that rapper PNB Rock was warned by Big U that he could be robbed for not checking in and instructed if he gave up the items, Big U would be able to retrieve them.
So when it happened, I wish I could have just told him, like, bro, just give up the jewelry and we get it back to you later. But it just happened so fast.
Dang.
And he wasn't cooperating. And that's when they took it off of him by force. You get what I'm saying?
At about 1:15.
He on the internet telling, I think he know he not getting out. Y'all see when he be calling in the no jumper while he in jail, he be like, yeah, what's up, everybody? Which podcast are we doing today? He know he ain't getting out. I think he had, I told y'all, man. Look, man, the prisons and the jails in America, I don't think y'all ever heard me say this, but I used to always say this. Them shits is like the living room, bro. You got your snacks, you got TV, You got all the homies from your hood. That's why ninjas don't mind getting locked up. But let the prisons or let the jails, they like the county jails, let them start being like the county jails over there in them different countries. I guarantee you ninjas will start acting right. I guarantee they'll start acting right. It's because the county jails and the prisons, it's like the living room. It's like the hood, but it's comfortable. It's too comfortable. Y'all be seeing the videos. Ninjas be in the county jail eating they Pop-Tarts, eating they peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, loaves of bread, got the radio, got cell phones and all of that. But let them start making them county jails and them prisons like they do in the other countries. Hey, I'm telling you, ninjas, hey, look, they won't be getting locked up. They won't be getting locked up. They go in these jails and be, hey, what's up, man? How you been? Yeah, I'm back. Doing little dances and shit. I'm telling you, bro. That's why they don't mind getting locked up. They don't care. They get locked up for 5-10 years, get out for a week, go right back in. Hey, I told you I was coming back. They happy to be up in there, man, because it's comfortable. They got it comfortable in there. Got your carpet, got your shower shoes, got your deodorants, got your lotions. Then you got your aunties in them giving you money every week, every other week. Got your mother, got your aunt, everybody giving you money. So like shit, why do I need to go out and work and bust my, you know what? Well, I could just sit up in here and relax. You know what I'm saying? I'm chilling. That's why ninjas don't mind getting locked up. They don't care. It's comfortable. It's comfortable.
8 p.m., Southeast Patrol officers responded to the 100 block of Manchester Avenue.
I seen this one video. This is my last time talking about it. I seen this one video. A ninja, literally, a ninja up in there doing backflips and everything. Man, them dudes up in there, man, I'm telling you, bro. Hey, look it up, man. Them dudes in prison and jail, bro, they living a life up in there. Did y'all see the, I forgot his name, rapper. He was locked up. He was in there smiling. Yeah, they got, look, showing you all they snacks at and all of that. Yeah, that's why they don't care. And we're going to always have crime like this. If they don't care about getting locked up, man.
For a robbery that just occurred. When they arrived, they found a male suffering gunshot wounds, and that male was then transported to the hospital.
I'm listening to him break down how him and Big U was sitting in the same Roscoe's when PNB Rock got his TV turned off. You telling me that it's coincidental that Big U and Loose Cannon just so happened to be sitting in that Roscoe's when PNB Rock got murdered?
But the most horrific story to be highlighted in this indictment would come from an unknown rapper on Unique's music roster that would never get a chance to shine, whose story would share eerie similarities to that of the late great Nipsey Hussle. This young rapper will be described in the paperwork with the initials RW, which would stand for Rashawn Williams. The story would sound like it came straight from a mafia movie. Rashawn Williams, a 21-year-old whose relationship with Henley go back to his early youth, where he was reportedly a product of Henley's Youth Football League that Big U birthed out of his development options charity. He was a wide receiver who attended Crenshaw High and was reportedly friends with Big U's son, Deion Henley, who is now a professional football player for the San Diego Chargers. In the paperwork, it would state that Williams was housed and funded by Henley, where he would attempt to develop Williams into a mainstream artist.
His son won't give him no money? NFL players, they got the bag, don't they? Why he won't let his pops borrow some money?
Big U would award Williams studio time, in which was received reluctantly, which angered Big U. It would be in January 2021 where the relationship would take a dark turn, when a studio session, RW allegedly drafted a diss track toward Big U in which he would use the studio time to record. This story sounds very similar to Nipsey Hussle's story, where he seemingly recorded a diss track toward Henley, which the streets would say turned their situation upside down. In RW's song, he would state that Big U was the bro that makes the money, and that for this track he himself could be shot in the face with a 38 for thinking shit is sweet. But Rayshawn's diss track would never see the light of day. The indictment would state that Williams agitated Henley so much that he would immediately drive from LA to Vegas at a moment's notice to confront RW for numerous reasons. When Big U arrived at the studio, one of the first moves he would make, according to the paperwork, is remove all surveillance at the studio and the recording equipment used to record the diss track. He would then go to meet up with Williams at an Airbnb he booked for him using someone else's account. This would be the last time anyone would see Williams alive, as he would be found the morning of January 25th, 2021. Williams will be found dead in a ditch located near the Las Vegas 15 freeway with a gunshot to the face, which feds say was done with a 38. The family would state after this, Henley would have...
Damn, man. Y'all put in the comment section, man. I don't even like hearing that story, man. That's wild, man. And y'all please go tap in with Moxie Approved, man. He laid it down on this one. This was fire. This was official. I'm gonna leave a link in the description. Y'all let me know what y'all think about Big U, man. Is he really for the youth? Is he a pastor? You see who's with Creflo Dollar? Or is he this guy that everybody's saying that he is? Y'all let me know, man. Big Kish signing out. I'm gone, y'all.